million is a big number. That's bigger than half of Africa's country. Many countries in Africa have less than 20 million population. Over 30 countries in Africa have less than 20 million population. So if you look at it that way, Lagos is the size of 30 countries in Africa.
So that means there is
not a small number.
Now there are opportunities in the market for sure. Now, would you say these opportunities favor or discourage healthy competition?
Opportunities, I believe, is good for healthy competition, because when I go back to the market, when the market is not growing, when the economy is not growing, it promotes more unhealthy competition. Why? If you have a pie and the pie is 100 and the pie is not growing, and there are 10 players in that pie, what do you think will happen? Everybody's trying to fight for market share. Meanwhile, if the economy is growing, it's about stimulating market growth. If there are 100 people consuming diapers, for example, how can I make that 200? How can I reach people that are in semi-urban or rural areas to also get a better quality of life, have technology? Who says you can't have artificial intelligence in the villages? Technology should not be linked only to urban centers. But if people in the villages cannot afford to have technology, then you're all within Lagos. You're all within, the same space and fighting for share. And you can see that around us. If you look at state level, for example, Lagos is quite populated. I won't say overpopulated, quite populated. Some states are almost desolate. I was, traveling throughout Christmas, went outside some urban cities, and many youths there was really nothing much for them to do. So it's the same principle. If the economy is not growing, there's congestion, there's strain in infrastructure, everybody keeps coming for the same, pot of fish, as the case may be, and that's how it also affects the business space.
You're a major player in this market. What are the challenges you face?
That's an interesting question. I see challenges as good, because it means there's something to wake up to do every day. If everything was easy and rosy, what are we living for? I'll say policies could be one. So recently there's been a VAT increase. I'm sure we've all heard that. Is one of the first things that we started this year with. So as business people, we're definitely thinking about that. What do we do with that information? Because at the end of the day, it's increasing costs. And we all know that this is a country where people don't necessarily want to pay for more when they can get it for less. Why should they? Anybody would want to get the best value. So it's always, I think, at least for the beer space, I can speak about the beer space, that affordability is a key challenge. And increase in cost also shrinks manufacturers' profitability, because at the end of the day, you want to give your consumer the best quality, at the best price possible. You don't want to tamper with quality. Consumers can see all that. If they can see through all that, this is 2020. So managing that whole top line growth with bottom line growth is a key challenge that we have in the space today, because most companies can grow top line. It's not easy, but you can do that. Some companies can decide to say, you know what, ditch it, I'm not going top line, I want to make money. But balancing the two, growing both top line and bottom line, no, that's genius.
And now you came into this market, or your firm, your company came into the market. Research was saying like 3 years ago, is that correct? But now you're playing so big in various market segments.
Yeah.
How did this happen?
Magic.
What kind of magic is that?
No kidding. So, most people know AB InBev as a global company that got into Nigeria 3 years ago. But what they don't know is the fact that we also have an history of mergers and acquisitions. So before AB InBev was SAB Miller, before SAB Miller was International Breweries, Parboard Breweries, Interfact Breweries. So we're a company with a rich heritage, I like to call it. Some brands are young, like Budweiser, 2 years old. But you have some brands like Trophy, it's a national treasure, it's over 40 years. People might not know, but it started out very small in Elisha as a Western region brand, but now it has grown over the years to be a national brand. And we have brands like Hero that has been here for 7 years, even before AB InBev, under another company staple. So there's a history of mergers and acquisitions that has given us that heritage of time, even though we're still a young company. In the country.
Sounds very interesting. So which of the market segments would you say, or your company or brand, has more competitive advantage?
I was expecting that. I think everything. People like to think that we are maybe mainly a mainstream company because of the brands that we offer, like Trophy and Hero, at good, affordable prices. But I would say everywhere we play, we have a competitive advantage. A brand like Budweiser, for example, is a premium brand, and the advantage we have on that is the global brand, is a big brand globally, and is a brand from the biggest beer company in the world. That itself, that heritage, that global credence is something that we're very proud of. If you look at Trophy and Hero, beyond pricing, that people might think, oh, this is why the brand is winning. Both brands enjoy very rich equity. If you go to the East, Hero is a good It's a good brand. It's a solid brand. People are in love with the brand. The brand is in love with the people. It's a brand deepened in culture and tradition, yet very modern and contemporary. If you look at Trophy, again, national treasure. Not many things in Nigeria above the age of 40. So if you can have a brand outliving many decades, that itself is a good thing. So I believe that across all the spaces that we're playing in, we do have a strong advantage.
Nigerians being who they are, have you been able to break in, to connect with Nigerian consumers?
No, I think as a marketing professional, if I leave anything today, I leave with that, is that never get too arrogant for your consumers. At the end of the day, I think experience has taught us that any brand can die. Don't think that because you've been here for 50 years, we never get arrogant. We always stay, we remain humble. The battle is not over yet. We keep fighting every day like we've achieved nothing. I think if you have that mindset to really help, to really stay humble to your consumers, to really listen when they give feedback, not to say try to explain or force things down their throats. I think with that mindset, being in bed with the consumer is something that would really help any marketing professional or any brand or company, and that is one of the key principles that we live by at ABI.
So if you're to assess Nigerian customers vis-a-vis your product offerings, how would you rate that?
I would say we are in love with our consumers are in love with us. And that's it. We do whatever the consumers want. We are not fixated on our products, brands. We move as the market moves. We move as the consumers move.
Okay, let's think about our average brand owners now. What do you think they should do in an economic regime of low consumer purchasing power? We know what's been happening with inflation, we know what's happening with minimum wage and all of that. So what would you advise at this time? As
a brand owner, I would say attack cost. Cost is the enemy. Many times you get carried away, want to do many fancy stuff, but people are not willing to pay for that extra overhead. So being cost conscious as a strategy, we can't ignore that. It's not just about winning marketing campaign or the distribution. Cost itself is a strategy. Being cost competitive is a strategy, and ensuring that you are obsessed about giving your consumers the best value possible, not just justifying increases, is a key advice I'll leave.
So what's your projection now for market penetration for 2020?
Like I said earlier, it's a reflection of the economy. You can't have the markets growing at 50% when the economy is flat. So it's a symbiotic relation. It works together. If the economy grows 5-6%, the market will grow maybe 4-5%. If the economy grows 1-2%, market will grow 1-2%, depending on the category. Some categories are more price elastic than the others. So when push comes to shove, people would push some things out and not even buy it at all, and might even decline. Some things, no matter what happens to the economy, are less price sensitive if their needs, like life and death situation. Those might even go ahead of the economy. So it depends on the category you're playing in, but overall, the markets will move in line with the economy, plus or minus.
Now, what do you now think should be an ideal relationship between agency and client? Or how should that relationship be? What do you think should be the ideal thing running between both parties?
It should be a partnership. I was at one of our agency partners' office this morning, and what I did there basically was to share the vision for the year, share the strategies. If you treat your agencies, if they understand the big picture, they can contribute more. But if you just give them micro briefs, specific tasks to do, that's where they're going to stay. But if you get them, of course, there has to be that trust, there has to be that confidentiality agreement that you have. You don't want your strategies, leaking all over the place. But so far you have a place of trust, a circle of trust, sharing the big picture, getting them motivated by the big picture, by the dream, is something that I would definitely recommend as a way to work with agencies and a partnership, not just briefing on small tasks, left, right, and center.
The 120-day payment policy by multinationals and brand owners, despite not being approved by the agency, is something that has been generating comments. I don't know how that comes to you.
I can't speak on behalf of the industry because I don't know what every company's payment term is. I can only speak on behalf of what I know on my own company. Payment terms are usually linked also to different company strategies. And it's something that in most cases the agencies are privy to upfront. It's not something that's, surprise, your payment term is 120 days. It doesn't work that way. So I think it's a matter of policies also for agencies to get a way to stay agile, stay nimble, get cash flow going on from their own operations to also support their partner company strategy, and there's always a choice at the end of the day to abide or not to work. If it doesn't work for a particular agency, it might work for another one. Most companies that do it also have their own reasons. It's also trying to stay afloat in terms of cash flow management and surviving in this environment that we find ourselves.
Well, with that is a wrap on Marketing Edge today. Thank you very much for watching. Join us again next week for a fresh edition. Enjoy the rest of your day.
With reporters in every state across the nation, TVC News is voted Nigeria's TV station of the year.
Voted as the best TV station of the year, TVC News breaks into the core of major news events as they happen. Following all nationwide, big and impactful stories. We tell the news from every perspective, covering every human angle. I am Veronica, bringing you the news you want to watch.
TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communications story.
Every major news story is with many perspectives and layered with different levels of impact.
Hello. What time did this happen? We will be right there.
At TVC News, we follow the big and major news, gathering the facts, witnessing the outcome.
I am
here live at the aftermath of the approval of the new national minimum wage.
Your TV station of the year, not just for breaking news, but for being first, fair and accurate. TVC News, first with breaking news.